exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. What's up to Kelvin Benjamin? This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the Water Juice channel, and today I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I mean, we'll still have the regularly scheduled content at 3 o'clock, but I'm going to take a little bit of a break from the franchise gameplay and all that kind of good stuff that you guys love to see, and I'm going to do a little bit of a tutorial today. Now, I did a tutorial about a year ago, probably a little bit over a year now, maybe like a month or two over a year, so basically a year, where I did NBA 2K21 cyber faces and how to download them on NBA 2K21 on the PC. And that video seemed to be pretty popular. A lot of people were searching that up on YouTube and on Google and stuff, and they wanted to find out how to download new cyber faces onto already in-game player models. And so I was like, you know what? I like to do that kind of stuff. I sometimes need help. I always, it's almost a daily thing where I'm on YouTube searching how to download something or how to do something on some sort of video game. Like I'm always doing that, or how to download something for my PC. Like I'm always doing that kind of stuff on YouTube. So I thought, why not get into that world and make my own video and produce my own video? And so I did. In that video, I went through the basic process of how to go to the website and choose what type of cyberface, what player you want, and how to get it in your folders, and how to transfer it from the folder that you downloaded it into the actual game folders, and then you click on the game and it loads up and it's already there. And like, I did all that stuff. So if you want to go back and watch it, it's on the channel. It's about a year old. It's called How to Download NBA or Cyberfaces in NBA 2K22 or 2K21 on the PC tutorial or whatever. So if you want to go look, it's a year old. It's one of my most viewed videos in my channel's history. So it probably is on the main page of the channel if you just go scroll down enough. So that got me thinking, because I recently got a comment on that video from somebody that had just found it and wanted to know like some more stuff that may have not been in that video altogether. So they asked like a deeper question. And so I got thinking, when I answered the question, I was like, I don't have NBA 2K22 on the PC, but I do have Madden 22 on the PC, and you guys know that I do the retro rebuilds and I do all kinds of stuff. I've been doing that. I did that, started I think in 21. I did that with Madden 21. I started doing retro rebuilds and going back and doing that kind of stuff, bringing new rosters in and mods like that. And I've always been a fan of modding, and I just never really knew how to do it. And then in the recent past 3 years, I've started to get more and more into it. And we're here now with the Madden 22 series with the Falcons. So I thought, why not? I know Madden is kind of at the end of the cycle, and Madden 23 is going to be coming out in like a couple of months, actually, like in August. So it's kind of too late to really care about Madden 22 at this point. But I know that there's a lot of people out there that are against Madden at this point, and they may have bought Madden 22 thinking it was going to be different, and they bought it on the PC, and it turned out that they didn't really like it that much, or maybe they wanted to mod and they just don't know how to do it, and they're probably not going to get Madden 23 because of the experience they've had with Madden 22. I don't know whatever your situation is. I'm gonna make a tutorial on how to do a basic Madden 22 mod and get you guys the rosters and the stuff that I use, the draft classes, all that good stuff that I use. I'm gonna show you how to do that in this video. So without further, and I may even do this on Madden 23 because I'm probably gonna have Madden 23 on the PC. And so once the modding community gets into the game and gets into the files, because I know it took a little bit for, that's why the Atlanta Falcons series was delayed so much, and the retro rebuild in general was delayed so much, is because the modders were locked out of the files for a long time in the game, and then just a few months ago they were allowed, they were finally able to get in and mod everything in the PC version of the game, and so that's when the series came out. So, and these modders do a great job, by the way. They're fantastic. Sometimes they even do a better job than EA, which is not hard to do at this point, but they do, a lot of the times they do a better job than EA does. So that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to show you how to set up a basic mod in Madden 22 on the PC. I hope you guys do go and enjoy it. If you do, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you want to see another mod for Madden 22. I can show you how to do FIFA. I have FIFA on here too, so if you want to see how to do FIFA, let me know. And if you have any questions, leave them down below. I'd be excited, or I'd be here. I'm here to help, basically, is what I'm trying to say. If you need any help with further stuff that I may not go over in this video. Also, you can also go check out other YouTubers. I'm sure there's plenty of other videos out there that may explain it a little bit in a better situation or a better way than I explain it. I don't know, maybe. This is the first time I've done a Madden modding video. So let's cut to, well, let's fade into the PC monitor. And you should be seeing what I'm seeing right here. You should be seeing the home screen of my monitor. And it's changed a little bit since the last year's video. And so there's going to be 4 things that you need to start this modding. You need, obviously, number 1 is Madden 22 on the PC. If you don't have that, then none of this can work, obviously. So you need Madden 22 on the PC. Obviously, you know, you can get it from Origin. You can get it from Steam. I think it's on Steam. You can get it from Madden's website on EA. I think you can get it from there too. So there's everybody, Amazon. I mean, you can get it from any place that sells games. I'm pretty sure Madden is on there through something. So you need to have Madden 22 on the PC, only on the PC. You need to have Discord, because you need to join the Madden modders community on Discord. So that's the second thing. Those 2 things are like non-negotiable things that you have to have. If you don't have one of those things, then you can't do the modding. And especially having Madden 22, you have to have that. So those 2 things are completely essential. The third thing is, I would recommend having WinRAR as the downloading software to download the rosters and stuff, just because it makes it easier. It's free. It'll tell you that it wants you to pay for it, but you can just click out of that and you can still use it. You don't have to pay for it. And I use it personally, and I think it's just the better version of the software to download stuff in. So, I mean, you don't have to use WinRAR. You can use your downloadable software of choice, but I personally use WinRAR, and that's what we're going to be using in this video. So, Madden 22, Discord, WinRAR, and then you are also going to have the 4th thing you're going to want to have is probably just as essential as the game and Discord. You're probably going to want to have the FIFA Mod Manager. And this is how you're going to implement the downloads that you get, the links that you get from Discord. You're going to take those links and you're going to apply them into the version of FIFA Mod Manager. So FIFA Mod Manager basically is an application that runs the game, runs the modded version of a game. So if you were to click on Madden 22 and have those files, those modded files in the actual base game folders, I don't think it would work, because the game's not been modded. But if you have the FIFA Mod Manager and you take those things and you put them into the game via the mod manager, then it's become a modded game, and then you can click on it and launch it and it'll work. And so those are the 4 things. There may be a couple other things here and there that I throw in there that may come into play and you may need, but those are the 4 main things that are guaranteed you are going to need if you want to mod Madden 22. So let's get into it right now. So first thing I'm going to do is pull up Discord. And the reason I'm going to pull up Discord, like I said, is because Discord is the way that you're going to be getting these mods, these different things. And the mod that you're going to want to join is, you can just search it up on Discord. I think if you search different communities and stuff, it'll pop up. It is the Madden Modders community, and you'll need to you'll need to ask to get invited. They'll send you an invite link, and you can join, and then you're in. I'm in. I've been in for a few months now, and it's really good. It's like amazing. These guys are phenomenal. They even have a hashtag help thing if you need help with modding or installation guides and troubleshooting guides. Like, they have all kinds of help and people around the clock that'll help you with things if you're struggling and stuff. These guys are really good. And so the thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be coming down right here to Madden 22 downloads. This is where you're going to want to stay. This stuff is the modding tools. You can download all this stuff if you really want to. I mean, once you get into the community, then I mean, you can just have a field day with all the stuff that you can do. They also have Madden 21 downloads and stuff, and Madden 20 stuff that I used for previous series that I had on the channel. And this is also the way that I did college football, the college football mod on Madden 20. If you guys remember all the way back 2 years ago when I did the college football mod on Madden 20, this is how I did it with these guys. So we're going to come back up here, and we're going to stay with the Sabo gameplay mod and the Sabo franchise mod. These are the two things that you're going to want to download if you want to do the way that I'm doing the retro rebuild. Now, you don't have to have those. These are just basically what I'm already in the gameplay mod. Basically what the gameplay mod does, it makes the game better. it makes the game better than what EA has given you. So the gameplay mod helps you a lot. The franchise mod makes the franchise better. So instead of making the actual gameplay on the field better, the franchise mod updates the actual franchise mode that has not been touched by Madden, or by EA, even though they say they've changed it, and they do like changes, little bit of changes. It's not really been changed. So this is what they do. They come in and they update the latest tuning and bugs and stuff, and they do potential practice injuries and all that kind of stuff. Like, there's so much stuff in here. They fix the depth chart glitches that you have and all that kind of stuff. So you can, when you get in here, you can click on this stuff and you can go through it. I'm not going to go through it super in depth because I don't really need to. It's not really that big of a part of this specific video, but they do countless amounts of stuff that they fix in the base game of Madden in franchise mode. So those two things are pretty big things that you're going to want to have to add. It's not essential for this video, so we're going to skip through it. But though I just wanted to throw those two things out there as pretty big things that you're going to want. The Start Today mod is also something that you can go and download right here. Again, with the gameplay mod, there's a link down here. There's a link to all this kind of stuff that you can download. The franchise mod has a link that you can download. It'll take you to it. And you can get the Start Today mod, which this one was updated or released on May 19th. And it's the Madden 22 Start Today version 1.9 schedule update. So it takes you through a specific Start Today file where they added over 1,000 player portraits. All the 2022 rookies are updated. All the 2023 draft prospects and all the missing veterans. So, I mean, you get X Factor players and stuff. So, like, all this Start Today stuff is just makes the game better. So that's what the Start Today stuff is. We are going to be focusing on this kind of stuff. We'll also be focusing a little bit on the gameplay mod and franchise mod, but here is the rosters and draft classes. So this is how I did the Dolphins franchise last year, and the Browns franchise, and the Rams franchise, and all those retro rebuilds that I did last year, and now on to 2022 with the Atlanta Falcons rebuild. That's what this is for. So as you can see, you can download the Start Today 2023 season. You can get Career Draft 2026, and there's downloads for, if we scroll up a little bit, there is, and they even show you little updated pictures. If I click on this, it can bring up, like, you get Aiden Hutchinson and Ika Makwanu and Evan Neal. Like, all this kind of stuff is available to you. And if we scroll up a little bit more, we should be able to find older draft classes. Yeah, here we go. So you can get the 1997-98 season from Madden Prime 98, and there's all kinds. It goes through all the history. You can go up Madden 08, Madden 9, 10, 11, so on and so on. They also have the draft classes. If we scroll up a little bit further, they should have the older draft classes too. I gotta be able to find them though. I'm not sure where they put them. Last time I was in here, it was looked different. They must have changed some of the stuff that they posted. I don't see the draft classes in here. I'm not sure what they did with the draft classes. I don't know, but whatever the draft classes are, like the 2001, 2002, all those kind of draft, 2006, 7, whatever draft class you're looking for, it's probably in here. Maybe I didn't scroll it far enough. I don't know. So all that's in there, and that's what we're going to be taking a look at in today's video. So you're gonna want the Discord stuff. So once you've gotten all that and you're in it and you've taken a look at it and you've gone through all that stuff and you choose the stuff that you want, let's say you want to go to the, I don't know, let's say you want the gameplay or the franchise mod, you want the newest version of the franchise mod. Now this one was posted on 5/26. It says an important note from one of the main guys, the admins, you can see up there. The franchise mod is outdated and will crash your game if you use it. This version is what he's talking about. So you want to go to the Start Today mod, which is right up here, and then you take this Start Today, and it has already all that other stuff already into it. It's got the gameplay mod, it's got the franchise mod already into it. So let's say you want to download this. So you click that, you say, yep, you want to take me to it, and it brings me to a Google document because that's what it was released on, and you say, it tells me there was a problem with the preview. It doesn't matter. You just click on download, and it says, at least for me, that it can't scan for viruses. It's probably going to tell you that too. So it's not going to hurt your computer. It's not going to hurt anything. You just download anyway, and then I already have it downloaded, so I'm going to actually pause it and stop it. But it will take you, it'll show you the download, and once it won't be very quick. It's only 777 megabytes, so I'm going to cancel that. You don't cancel that, obviously. I already have mine downloaded. So once it's downloaded, you can go to your download folder. Now this is wherever you keep your downloads for your PC. And I have all of this stuff already downloaded. Now, a big thing is the FIFA Mod Manager. I talked about that earlier. This is the main thing that you're going to want to do. And when you go into it, you can just go in and you can type in FIFA Mod Manager, and it'll bring you to this page right here. This is the one that you want, the FIFA Mod Manager 2022 mod for Windows, and you will download that. And then once you have that, it'll look like it'll probably look like this right here with the little traffic cone on there for the VLC player or whatever it is. But you can go onto it, you can click the right click on it and bring up Open with WinRAR. So another one that you want to get is WinRAR, free download obviously. So you want to go to it. You want to get WinRAR. This isn't the right thing. You want to go to it and get WinRAR downloaded. Is this the right thing? I don't know if this is the right thing either. I gotta find it first. It's been a while since I downloaded it. This is the right thing. Okay. So you want to type in WinRAR and then go to www.win-rar.com is the thing that you want to go to. You can actually just type that in on your search bar instead of just typing in WinRAR. And then this is what you want to go. So you want to download WinRAR instead of buying WinRAR. You want to download it. Click here for the 32-bit version. It'll take you through all that stuff, and then you can download WinRAR. And then once you have that downloaded, you can right-click this. You can go to Open with WinRAR. It'll take you to this. Like I said, you just cancel out of this because that's going to tell you that it wants you to buy it. And it'll bring you the file. You double-click on the file, and then you'll get this application FIFA Editor tool. And I know it says FIFA, but that's just because that's the person that created it made it for FIFA, but it also works for Madden, and it works for a bunch of other games, but we're going to use it for Madden. So you can click on this, and I dragged it into my download folder, and that's where I got this. It's down here, so I'll show you where it's at. So right here, FIFA Mod Manager. Now we're going to double click that, and it's going to open up the thing. And this is what you're going to get. So you're going to get, I have FIFA and I have Madden on already into the game, into the Mod Manager. So if I wanted to mod, or if I wanted to add some mods to FIFA, I just go through here and I add the mods. But we're going to stick to Madden. But you can go down here and you can scan for other games. It'll tell you stuff that it accepts and that is compatible with it. But we're going to focus on Madden 22. So you double click on it and it'll bring up a new page in a second, wherever it's at. Do I have to go out of it? Where'd it go? Here it is. Okay. So this is where you're going to want to be. This is where you can go and import your mods that you've already downloaded from Discord, and you can apply them to Madden 22. And now the little exclamation point on here says that there are conflicts with it. It's like it right here. It'll tell you conflicts don't necessarily mean something is wrong. It just depends on what the mods are using. So there is a slight chance that the game will crash, but Discord is always the Discord community is always updating their mods. They're always making it compatible with the newest updated version of Madden. I just happen to be using the most recent versions that aren't technically as compatible as they could be with the game. Now, by the time you do it, maybe they'll have an updated version and they'll be compatible, but it just so happens that the two versions, the Start Today mod and the Gameplay mod that I'm using, just happen to not be compatible. But as far as I've seen, it hasn't really crashed on me, so I mean, maybe it will in this video and that'll be my curse, but it's, as far as I know, so it's not any problem. But the Sabo's Gameplay mod is one that I have installed, and the Start Today mod. And the description you can see is for the Start Today mod, it'll go through and tell you all the stuff that it's updated and all the stuff that it includes. And the Gameplay mod does work. It does give you a description. It just needs to be the version that's compatible with it. But it does work. Trust me, it does work. So these are the two that you want to do. But to get these in here, I'll go out and I'll remove them so I can show you how to do it really, so that you can get a full idea. So this is what it'll look like. It'll look like a base thing, and you'll want to go down here to import mods. It'll bring you to a folder. Now the folder that I have just has all the stuff down here because I can't be bothered to put everything. I'm not as neat as I probably should be. I should probably have everything in other folders and stuff like this, but I just have everything just strewn about. So I have things like ESPN Monday Night Football Network mod, which will give you an updated schedule, or not schedule, an updated like scoreboard that gives you the presentation of ESPN Monday Night Football. And there's CBS, there is NBC, if I can find it, there's NBC, there's Monday Night, or there's Fox Sunday Night Football. There's an updated tattoo mod that they have on here. There's the Gameplay mod. They have a bunch of stuff. They have heavy snow on here, like different versions of snow that you can add. I think there's other different weather situations and stuff. They have visors. I have the Oakley mirrored visor thing that I could add in here, but we're going to be focusing on those two mods, the Gameplay and the thing. So you're probably not going to have as much downloaded stuff. It's not going to look as messy as mine is. So you want to go and find the first one, which is the Gameplay mod, which is right here, GP mod 1.4.1. You're going to double click on it. It's going to bring up this thing. It's only if it's not compatible, but it'll still work. So you have it here. Then you're going to go down and apply the mod, and it'll take you to that. Then if you want to do another one like the Start Today mod, just click on it. It'll install the mod into the game, and once that's installed, then you can just do the same process again and do the thing where you apply it. And if you want to add other stuff, you can totally add other stuff. Now, I have seen in recent things that I've tried, the more you add, the tougher it puts on, like the more strain it puts on your PC. So if you have a really strong PC, then just feel free to go all crazy on it. But if you have a kind of a middle of the road PC like I do, then maybe kind of limit your modding, like the amount of mods you throw in at one single time, because you don't want to put too much stress on your computer. So I'm going to stick with just those two, but feel free if you have a super strong PC, or if you want to just experiment, feel free to add as many mods as you want to do. So now that we have both of these installed and applied, you're going to want to, and you've done all your description, you've read everything, you've seen what's going to go on. You want to go up here to this launch button, click on launch, it'll take this, and it'll say applying mods to the game, please wait. And it does say take up to 30 minutes, but what I found is you just let it go for like 2-3 minutes. And then if it still hasn't worked, you just hit the cancel button out here and then just click like right back on it, and it should just go right up. So that's what we're gonna probably do. Probably not wait 2-3 minutes, probably like a minute or something. And it shouldn't take too long. So I'm just gonna hit cancel out of it, and then we're just gonna go again, and it should come right up with launching the game if I've done it correctly, which I probably have done it correctly. Although maybe I didn't wait too long. So I guess we'll just sit. I'll sit here and wait, and then I'll cut back to when it actually has worked, so we can show you what goes on next. Okay, so as you can see, it's launching the game. It took a little bit longer than usual. That's just because sometimes it needs to reinstall some of the stuff that maybe you haven't played in a little bit, and it needs to just reacclimate itself with it. So it'll launch the game, and it'll bring up, it'll take it away, and then it'll bring up the game. And then from there, you can go in and you can see all the stuff that you've modded. So here we go. We're going to load up the game. and it'll look different, or it'll look the same here, but it'll look different when you actually hit like the press start button and all that stuff. So the main menu screen. So we're gonna load up regular Madden, and we're gonna click through here as quick as possible. And I'm using the Xbox controller on the PC. You can use your mouse and keyboard, as you can see here. But once this loads, you can see that's not what Madden 22 looks like when you hit the press any button thing. John Madden Football 22. This is the kind of stuff that the modding community can do. So you got John Madden, you got the old school 90s PlayStation 1, and even earlier than that kind of loading screen or menu screen. So we're gonna hit press any button. It's gonna do the same thing that it does on normal Madden, but it just looks different. It gives you a nice little appeal and stuff. And so the main thing is gonna look the same. But there is other stuff that you can download, like those rosters and those draft classes that we're gonna show you in this video. So I'm gonna go to the little NFL Shield icon, and we're gonna go to Share and Manage Files. Now this is where it gets fun, because if you've downloaded all the stuff, you can see I've downloaded a lot of stuff. If you've downloaded a lot of stuff from the Madden modders community, all these files and stuff, they'll show up, if they're compatible, they'll show up with the game on your rosters, and you can use these rosters to do all kinds of stuff. So I am probably going to use, I don't know, let's jump into 2009. Let's jump into 2009. And if we load up the 2009 roster, we go back out and we go to the Edit Rosters tab, and we go to Manage Players. Boom. We've got the 2009 rosters on here, and they're going to have as many player models and player portraits as possible, as they could get. So you've got a Logan Mankins player portrait. You got Vince Wilfork. You've got Randy Moss. Yeah, he looks like he's on the Vikings in this picture, but you got Randy Moss. You got Dan Connolly. So there are going to be some guys that have just regular generic faces, and there are going to be some players that are a little bit glitched. If you guys know from the Atlanta Falcons series, when you start super far back, we started back in 02 in that series, and the farther you get back, the harder it is to get all those player portraits and all those models to not glitch out and stuff. So you're going to get some glitches in those older rosters, but as you get more and more recent, the glitches and the stuff should like kind of simmer down a little bit. So it took me to the Patriots because the Patriots are my favorite team, but we can scroll through any sort of team. NFL, all NFL, you got Antonio Gage, Jason Witten, Chris Johnson, Troy Polamalu. Now, like I said, not everybody is going to have an actual player portrait. That's just up to the modders what they did. And I think some of these players actually have their player model in the game. I know that Michael Vick and Peyton Manning does. That's Peyton Manning from Madden previously. So some players, not everybody, but some players actually have their player model in the game. I know Michael Vick does. And he's actually, when you get into the actual gameplay, it actually looks like Michael Vick in game. But I don't think that's for everybody. So if we go to like Jason Witten, I don't think it actually is Jason Witten. I think it's just a generic face. We can check that though. Yes, okay, it's just a generic face. I thought that didn't work with Jason Witten. So it's not everybody. It's probably just quarterbacks really that are up to that. I don't even know if Drew Brees has it. I don't think he does, but he might. Does he have it? No, he doesn't. That's not Drew Brees. Okay. So it's probably few and far between for guys that have their actual player model in the game. But I mean, that shouldn't ruin your immersion too much, especially if everybody has their player portrait. The player portrait is probably more important to the immersion than it is to or than the actual player in game is. So that's how you get those rosters. Even the free agents are updated to what they would have, or similar to what they would have been in 2009 and stuff. And you saw all the different rosters and stuff that I had. So you can get all that kind of stuff on the Madden Modders community tab or page in Discord. And you can start up franchises. You can do exhibition games. You can do all kinds of stuff with these new rosters. Even the draft classes are how they are in game. So we can start up a new franchise just to show you quickly the draft class, since you can we're going to do a new offline one because it doesn't matter. So I'm going to show you guys the draft class. We're going to import the 2009 roster because that's just the roster that I had loaded up. will be the Patriots, doesn't matter, and we'll go into starting points, regular season, and we'll just jump in right there. So once you start the league, you can, and you've downloaded all the draft classes that you want to do, then when you get into the game, now thanks to the scouting update, they've added where you can start the scouting process in week 1, which is much better than what it was in. Now the scouting update not really that good in retrospect, but it's better because you can start it in week 1 instead of starting in week 3 like you could in the old thing. So this says choose a draft class, so we're going to do that, and instead of keeping auto-generated rookies or downloaded from the Madden Share, you just got to go to import the local file, and once you've done that, all the draft classes that you have downloaded should be in here, and you can download each and every single one. I've got up to 2002, I think. Do I have a 2002 one? I have maybe 2003 is the earliest that I have. Yeah, 2003 is the earliest that I have, and I've gone all the way up to 2022, or actually I've gone up to 2026. I didn't even realize I had that many, but I've gone up to 2022, 2023, 2024, 5, 6, all that kind of stuff. So let's just pick a random one. Since we're in 2009, we might as well pick 2010 draft class, but you can pick whatever one you have, and they have player portraits. Sam Bradford, Ndamukong Suh, Gerald McCoy. So you get your immersion factor even more with these player portraits and stuff, and it's got mostly everybody. Some of the lower end guys, like, I don't know, Dan LaFavor, people that nobody really care about, they don't gonna have player portraits. I mean, Jahavid Best was pretty good for a short period of time, so, and Chris Ivory was decent, but the majority of the guys, it's a hard thing. Like, you can't really expect them to be 100% accurate because, one, Madden is a sucky game, and two, these guys are trying their best to keep up with this stuff and do all that kind of stuff. So they're doing their best. But that is the draft classes. That's the rosters. You've seen all that kind of stuff, all that good stuff. I think that's going to do it for this tutorial video. You've seen how to get into the Madden Modders community on Discord. You've seen where to go to download WinRAR, to download the FIFA Mod Manager, to download, or well, to get the game. You know how to get the game. And then you've seen how to take the files and import them into the FIFA Mod Manager. It's much simpler than it seems. Much more simple than it seems. And I think it's even much more simple than the Cyber Faces was for 2K21. In my opinion, it is. So you've seen how to do all that. Once you load into the game, you can have your way with it. And it may crash, but that's just because Madden's a sucky game in general. So, I mean, it crashes on PlayStation, it crashes on Xbox, it crashes everywhere. It's just a sucky game in general. So you may get your occasional crash here and there may be some glitches and stuff, but that's just what modding does. The games weren't made to be modded, so they're gonna be glitches here and there for everything. So that's what the modders are trying to do their best at, is to stop or to limit the amount of glitches that there are. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it informed you with the knowledge that you needed to be able to mod with whatever you want on Madden. And let me know down below in the comments if you have any other questions, if you need me to go more in depth with something that I talked about in this video that you may need a little bit more help on. I'm here to help. I'd be welcome to help you. It's not a big deal. It's not a bad thing. You need to ask questions, because how are you going to ever learn anything if you don't ask questions? So if you want to ask any questions, leave them down below in the comments. If you want to see another modding video going over something different, maybe going over how to get the Start Today mod in, and do all that kind of stuff, or going a little bit more in depth with the Madden Modders community stuff that you can download on there, I'd be happy to do it. I'd be more than willing to do it. So let me know down below what you guys think. I really appreciate you stopping by and checking out how to mod Madden 22, and I probably will do another one as soon as you're allowed to mod Madden 23. I will probably do another one a little bit earlier into the cycle, so you guys have a little bit more time to get familiar with it. It's probably going to be pretty similar to this, but you never really know. So thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.